What is good? What is good? Love Life Crew. It's your boy MUSA back with another video. Today we got sad facts about BTS that will make fans cry. Interesting. I'm not a cry person. I don't cry. It's not I don't know what it is, but I just don't cry, like at all. It's not a man thing. It's just me. I'm just I don't know what it is. I think it's just because I'm always I look at positive things. I try to look at the positive things in every situation, regardless of how negative it is. I'm always one of those people that like to suck up the positive, even if it's this small. I'll rather go to that than go to all of this negative. That's just the person I am. That's how I've been raised. So that's why when it comes to crying, it's just not my thing. And I know some people are like, but you can cry like tears of joy. Even then, when I'm happy, I'm happy. Like I'm just smiling, laugh it out, you know? Yeah, so we're going to get into this one. Let's see what it's saying. A lot of people have been like, so we ain't had BTS content in a while. That's because BTS have been doing nothing but like live performances and stuff lately, you know. Shout out to them for obviously getting that Grammy nomination. I don't watch Scammy. Sorry, I meant Grammy. I don't watch that because I just think it's a piece of you know what. Like, but anyways, we're gonna get into this video today. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
Can you believe our boys don't think they're special? And they almost broke.
It's their right. Why should they think they're special? Do you know what I mean? Now that's what makes BTS so powerful, though. The fact that they don't think they're special. Do you know what I mean? They think they're human beings, regular people. Even though they got special talents, but they're humble. That's what makes them so. When you're so humble, that's how you get so much credit. It just works like that.
They've seriously gone through a lot. Grab
Oh
some
yeah,
tissues because I'm about to talk about things that will make my fellow armies cry.
let's
People
talk.
didn't want to go to their free concert. BTS concerts sell out in seconds. The
Facts.
odds of getting a ticket is probably as good as winning the lottery. I mean,
Yikes.
there's so many armies around the world and each stadium only has so many seats. But back in the day, when they were filming their reality show American Hustle Life, BTS couldn't even give away tickets to their free concert. The young line of the group printed out 200 flyers to hand out to fans, while the Maknae line was responsible for handing them out. Honestly, that sounds absolutely brutal.
It's
I
part of
can't
the
imagine
journey,
how
though.
embarrassing and painful it is when people straight up tell you no. I
Facts.
mean, our boys did their best and they did get people to show up to their free concert, but some people just rudely walked past them. I bet they regret not watching the Bangtan Sonyeondan perform for free. There's one word for people like that. Fools. Suga's parents weren't supportive. BTS's cutie-faced rapper is so talented that it's honestly impossible to imagine the group without him. But that totally could have happened. The truth is, Suga's parents weren't really supportive of his dreams to become an entertainer. They even ripped up and threw away lyrics he wrote so that he would focus on studying. But even without their support, he never gave up.
That's the key there. What you just said there last, he never gave up. It's the key. But not everyone's going to agree with what you want. But if you feel it here, if you feel it here and you feel it here, both of these connect. But it don't matter if you're a mama, it don't matter if you're a dada, it don't matter if you're a grandpa, your grandmother, it don't matter who it is, your brother, your sister, it don't matter. If here and here connect and it's telling you this is it, this is what I want to do, it's over. Can nobody tell you shit. Sugar made up his mind and that was it. His parents ripping it up just lit even more fire. Hey, no. And all this thingy, the key as well with the whole beginning part where she was saying that no one turning up to the concert and everything. Look where they are today. And the only reason why that is, again, they never gave up. They just carried on. Most people will get crushed and be like, let's cancel. But again, it all leads down to one thing, a good leader. That man
He
RM,
learned
don't
about
play
reading
with
and
RM,
kept writing
please.
lyrics. He even started working at a recording studio part-time when he was only 17 years old.
Mad.
After
The grind.
that, he really began focusing on composing and performing.
Jeez.
Thank goodness he never gave up, because now we have Suga and Augusty.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
His dream was such a huge success. He has his own space to record music now. Everything always works out in the end, and
Man,
thank
like-
goodness it did. RM had to choose between BTS and himself. Only hardcore armies know this, but BTS's leader was once the victim of a hidden camera prank. During the Mnet prank show, their boss Bang Si-hyuk teamed up with the other members of BTS to get RM good, and he was totally fooled. As part of the prank, RM was harshly scolded by Bang Si-hyuk for BTS not doing better. RM took it all very well. Even when the other members were being scolded, he took responsibility for them. The prank ended with Bang Shi-hyuk asking if RM wanted to go solo instead of staying with BTS. Our awesome leader didn't hesitate at all.
Chase,
He immediately
man,
said
like,
that he
I
wanted
told
to stay
you.
with BTS.
Leader.
The members of the group were so touched by his dedication to them.
Leadership.
I mean, who can blame them?
Leadership.
When RM found out that it was all a prank, he was so shocked. He's so serious about being their leader that he was willing to do whatever it took to make everything okay again.
We love you.
It's very touching how much he loves BTS and being their leader.
We love him.
As for what makes this sad, well, it's obvious that he sacrifices a lot for his group.
Oh yeah, he
But
does.
all his hard work is appreciated by BTS and ARMYs. V cried when he got accepted into BTS. Everyone knows
Yeah.
that V became a trainee at Big Hit Entertainment after passing an audition in Daegu, but only hardcore fans know that he cried when he received a letter accepting him into BTS. V comes from a family of farmers, and he grew up poor, so he never expected to become famous. It was so huge for him to not only debut with BTS, but also to earn so much money. BTS almost disbanded. BTS almost disbanded in 2018. Yeah, I know. It's totally shocking considering they're worldwide superstars now. But during the MAMA 2018 awards in Hong Kong, Jin revealed that the group had been planning breaking up. They won 2 diss songs at the award show, Album of the Year and Artist of the Year. When they were announced as the winners for Artist of the Year, they immediately hugged each other. It was super touching and sad because our boys couldn't stop crying. When it was Jin's turn to talk, he dropped a freaking bomb. Mr. Worldwide Handsome shocked armies around the world when he said, "We had a hard time mentally at the beginning of this year. While talking with each other, we even thought about disbanding. Thank goodness they stayed together." My precious Jungkook explained what they thought about disbanding back then during an episode of Break the Silence. Basically, he said that things were really tough, and they were worried about what would happen in the future. They went through a lot in 2018, from Jin's grandma passing away to RM having surgery, not to mention how hard they worked.
Oh,
They were
so I saw
probably exhausted.
break the. Hey, this
Hopefully, they're all super happy now.
It was like 8 episodes. Hey, that was intense, but Jungkook almost passing out. Well, he kind of did. Do you know what I'm saying? Jin and V going at it. It was tough, bruv. Watching that, I was like, these lot go through a lot.
Because we're all so proud of them and love them so much. They were accused of sajegi. Most K-pop fans know about sajegi or chart manipulation. Basically, in this case, an artist's agency will buy their albums in bulk to make sure that they climb the charts very quickly. Anyways, back in 2015, netizens had the nerve to accuse BTS of sajegi because they were outselling Big Bang for physical albums. Fans quickly came to their defense and cleared up any suspicions netizens had.
Damn.
In yet another
Just like
instance,
that.
because people can't just let them be great.
That's
Their
what I'm
new
saying.
album did really, really well on the charts. But surprisingly, Koreaboo did an in-depth investigation and they proved BTS's innocence. Is there anything better than seeing the media use their powers for good?
Yeah,
I love to see
that's
it.
nice. That's nice to see,
Suga
though.
struggles with depression.
Oh,
People
shit.
think that just because you're
I've noticed that though. In a lot of stuff that I'm watching, like Run BTS and obviously Burn the Stage and all that stuff, and other things that I've watched with BTS, you can see it. Sugar's very himself, and he loves to sleep. The man don't play with sleep though. He loves that shit. Like, cause then again, he works so hard. My man's composing music like every day.
rich and famous that you don't have problems. But that's not true.
It's not true at all.
Sadly, Suga has a lot of experience fighting depression.
Wow.
He's been struggling with it ever since he was a teenager.
That's crazy.
But for fans, hearing about his tough experiences is relatable, because a lot of us have our own struggles like that too. And knowing that someone as perfect as he is can understand how we really feel is incredible. One time, he even said that anxiety and loneliness stay forever. And how do you
Facts.
choose to make peace with them?
Can you imagine? Do you know how often they do this as well in K-pop? Like you come to a performance, they go to a performance. I've seen it. They do the whole performance thing, and the next thing you know, everyone's going to their separate dorms. Like they all go to their separate rooms, and you are alone in that room until it's time to meet up again. Imagine what's going to go through your head. That's insane, bruv. You know, and that's what I feel like they kind of enjoyed the whole sharing a room together, you know, living together. I feel like it was more like you had to bond, you had to talk. But when you're traveling and stuff and you all got your own separate rooms, it's nice to have your alone time. But when you get all up in your thoughts, it's dangerous.
Of consideration. That's a lot to think about, huh? Suga talks about his depression in the song The Last. The lyrics are super heavy and dark. They really show how hard things get for him sometimes, and that's scary. But at the same time, I'm glad that he trusts us enough to be honest about this. Suga tried to sell music for $9 to buy food. Before he was a huge success, Suga used to be poor. He was a talented musician and a good student, but sadly, that didn't mean our boy was getting paid. When he was working part-time at the music studio, he would try to sell his music for super cheap. Sometimes he'd try to sell it for as little as $9.
That's crazy.
But a lot of times he would get scammed. He was so poor that he even had to choose between buying dinner or taking the bus home.
Wow.
It's so heartbreaking, I can't even stand it.
I already know that, but I
V's
know about
grandma
that.
sacrificed so much for him. BTS's V did a lot to take care of him when he was growing up. He's openly talked about how his grandma raised him from when he was young. V said his grandma was more like a parent to him.
Yeah.
She did everything for him. If he wanted to do something or eat something, she would
remember
make
his
sure that he
speech.
got it. It seems like V's grandma was a super humble person who did good things quietly, just like her grandson. Thinking about that, it's pretty obvious where V gets his kind heart from.
I'm telling you, upbringing is everything. Anyone that wants to chat shit in the comment section saying, nah, you know, the way you were brought up doesn't define who you are as an adult. But it has something to do with it. 100%. Can't nobody tell me nothing.
V cried when his grandma passed away. So, talking about how much V's grandma has done for him, it's clear that she meant everything to him. Sadly, when V was in the Philippines on NBC's show Champion, his much-loved grandma passed away. Even though they didn't know what was happening, fans noticed that something was wrong with him when he was performing, and they were right. During BTS's third muster talk, V broke down crying as he talked about his grandma's passing. As the tears ran down his face, he couldn't hide his pain when he talked about how much he did for him and how much he loved her. After V's loss, BTS got their first win on Music Bank. V always wanted to give a shout out to his grandma on TV. On the other hand, V's grandma has always wanted to see him on TV. But sadly, life had other plans. Even though things didn't work out, he still took the opportunity to tell his grandma how much she meant to him. I'm sure that she was looking at him from heaven, thinking about how proud she is of him. What do you guys think? A hater once told RM to leave BTS. This isn't really well reported on, but in the past, haters have told RM to leave BTS. What the supposed fans said to RM hurt him so much that it left an impression on him. I hope RM knows how much real ARMYs love him and want him to stay as leader as long as it makes him happy. Suga didn't think that he had fans. For his birthday, Suga prepared 300 gifts to give to fans at a mini fan meeting. He really thought there would be less than 300 people showing up. This soft cutie pie spent hours putting together gift packs that had transportation cards, Polaroids, and a handwritten letter. He really did a lot to show how much he loves his fans, even though he didn't think that he had any. As sweet as Suga's thoughtfulness was, some people took advantage of his kindness and started selling the gifts he put together with so much care.
Wow.
And even more offensive, they tried to sell some of it for less than $1. I'm shook. If I had a personalized gift from the Suga, I'd treasure it with my life.
That's what I'm saying. You
Jimmy
would save that
didn't think
shit.
He was handsome. Literally everyone with eyes
Jimin. Stop playing with me, bruh. Stop playing with me.
agrees that our baby Mochi Jimin is the cutest human on earth. But at some point, this absolute visual didn't think that he was handsome. For real, it's unbelievable. Jim used to starve himself because people would call him fat. The bullying was so bad that he even used to call himself a pig. His weight loss is pretty well documented both by fans and the media. He even used to faint because of his hardcore dieting. When ARMYs found out, they got the hashtag JiminYou'rePerfect to trend on Twitter. So it just goes to show, whether he's fit or a little chubby, we love him for exactly who he is. They were accused for copying EXO. So what I'm about to say is kinda controversial. Let's be cool about it because I'm both an EXO-L and ARMY.
Hey, but both groups are certified. Can't nobody tell me nothing about EXO. BTS? Certified.
To be honest, I love most K-pop groups.
That's what I'm saying.
But anyways, back in the day, BTS got accused of copying EXO. Back then, EXO was the #1 boy group, so the media and netizens came out with a lot of cruel comments.
Of course.
They compared the concept for a boy in love with EXO's growl. Basically,
Okay, I see a little bit.
because of their school uniforms, which even though EXO doesn't exactly own the school uniform concept, they're the ones who made it popular again. Unfortunately, BTS has always had to deal with copying, but they've always...
But what can you do though? Buff, it's very hard to be original nowadays. It's hard.
proved their haters wrong by rising above all the drama and winning. J-Hope wanted his dad to be proud of him. J-Hope auditioned for Big Hit Entertainment because he wanted his dad to be proud of him. His dad was really against him being a dancer and an entertainer, so he wanted to show his dad that he could do it and prove him wrong. He got the approval he was looking for when his dad told him that he was proud to have a son like him. When J-Hope realized that he was finally a person who made his family happy, he couldn't stop thanking ARMYs. He even cried. They got told they weren't hip-hop. Back in 2013, when they were just a rookie group, an interviewer told BTS they weren't hip-hop. The interviewer disrespected RM and told that the music they make just has rap in it, and that doesn't make it hip-hop. Well, that interviewer might have thought BTS wasn't hip-hop, But now, the joke is on them because BTS is so huge that they are their own genre.
Facts.
Even though BTS went through all these struggles, they never gave up. They kept working hard to make their dreams come true.
Such an inspiration.
Now, they're loved by people all over the world, and they have literally changed lives. My life is definitely better because of BTS. Anyways, I want to know, which fact makes you the proudest of our boys for being so tough?
Which fact makes the boys... Ooh, that's a tough one. For me, it's the not disbanding, bruv. Just sticking with it. You know? I think for me, the key is just not giving up. They never gave up. Regardless of what it was. They just stuck with it. You know? I think that's what makes me proudest of BTS. The fact that they've been through so much. And they're still here. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know how many people would have quit? And that all stems from the core. They all have a good communication and good understanding with one another. That's the only reason why you can survive this long. Especially with all the stigma and all this with social media as well. Please, BTS deserve all the respect. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos like this and stuff, if you have any suggestions, make sure to comment in the comment section, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Love life, love life, love life. Peace. Baby, chill, baby, chill.